Greg Ehrenberg from Odd Shop. We're going to break down another NBA slate, going through all the games on Monday and my favorite bets. So as guys come in, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and always leave a comment below to let me show just any kind of support you have, questions, or just other bets you have. I always like to hear from you guys. And we had a really good day on Friday. I didn't record a video on Saturday. It was my dad's birthday. It was doing some stuff with my family, went out to dinner, went to New York City. We had a lot of fun. So I was off on Saturday, but I feel like I earned the day off considering on Friday, I went 3 for 3 on my bets. We had Evan Mobley over 8.5 rebounds, Franz Wagner over 3.5 rebounds, and Giannis Antetokounmpo for under 13.5 boards. 3 rebound props, all of them hit. We went 3-0 and got some nice messages in the comment section that I want to shout some of you guys out. We had Cajun Saint here said he parlayed all 3 of these. You demand, Greg. Thank you. Keep them coming. So once again, thank you for the support. And then Caleb Dewey, who's been supporting a lot of my content here. Cha-ching. Thank you, Greg, for putting in the work. Between year-round DFS and NBA, MLB, NFL, and the strategy shows, it almost feels like you're a member of my extended family, LOL. Well, thank you for watching all of my content, and thank you also for trusting me enough to keep tailing all my bets here, and it's been a pretty good year. And last week, we finished really strong. Like I said, we ended up going 3-0 on Friday, so hopefully that leads to more success in the coming week. But also, if you guys want more access to myself, I've got a premium betting Discord channel you guys could sign up and get 1 week free access to below. But note that this is actually the last couple of days that we are going to have access to the week free trial. Unfortunately, a lot of people have been abusing the different promo codes, so we had to end it because a lot of people are just continually using some of the free weeks and using different email addresses and whatnot. So we had to get rid of it. But if you guys want to try out the Discord channel 1 week for free, only a couple days left to do it. It's only running through the end of January. The link below is going to get you 1 week for free. Let's talk about the Monday NBA slate. These are my favorite bets of the day. For my first bet of the day, I have Paolo Banchero for under 3.5 assists. And the other day, I was talking about the Orlando Magic, and I was betting the over on Franz Wagner's rebounds. And I pointed out that the Magic are running a really, really deep rotation right now, maybe one of the deepest in the NBA. And even if they aren't a good team now, they're set up pretty well for the future, and they have a lot of young players they're trying to get playing time to. And there are only a handful of players that we can feel pretty good about the minutes for on this team. Now, Banchero is one of those players, but with that said, it's not like he's been some super high assist guy, and there are also so many guards now between Markelle Fultz, Jalen Suggs, Cole Anthony that are also playing bigger roles for the Magic that it's going to be hard for Banchero to keep up some of the same assist numbers. And we've seen that a little bit as of late, because if you go back to January 4th, so all throughout January, there's only been 3 games the entire month where 4 games the entire month that Banchero has had north of 3.5 assists. So that's why I think this prop line a little bit too high. 2.5 is probably the fair number for Banchero, because while he's averaging 3.7 assists per game for the season, he's only averaging 2.5 assists in the last week, 2.7 assists in the last 2 weeks. And a lot of that can be attributed to just the expanded rotation that the Magic are playing right now and just other players that require the ball to be in their hands. Something else to consider as well. Banchero isn't playing garbage time for this team. And I think this is a game that has a lot of blowout risk. We're looking at the Sixers nearly 10-point favorites against Orlando as the home team. And that could mean that Banchero doesn't play very much in the fourth quarter, which we saw in the Magic last game. They ended up playing against the Chicago Bulls. They lost the game by 29 points. As a result, Banchero didn't play the fourth quarter. He only played 24.5 minutes in that game. We could see something similar today. And if that's the case, it's going to be hard for Banchero to rack up the counting stats. So under 3.5 assists on Paolo Banchero. That's my first bet of the day. Bets are always a nice way to win some money, but how about some guaranteed money? Because you guys are going to get $200 when you sign up at DraftKings Sportsbook using the offer we have below. All you have to do is click on our link to sign up at DraftKings Sportsbook to make your account. And when you place your first $5 bet, it's going to pay out $200 regardless if that bet wins or not. So throw $5 on the Paolo Banchero bet I just gave out, under 3.5 assists. If it wins, DK Sportsbook pays out $200. If it loses, DK Sportsbook's going to pay out $200. So take advantage of this offer. Sign up at DraftKings using the link we have below. And if you or anybody that you know has a gambling problem, call or text the number 1-800-GAMBLER. Have you guys seen the block numbers that Nick Claxton is putting up as of late? I mean, they're really crazy. He's had 3 or more blocks in 13 out of his last 15 games. And overall for the year, he's among the league leaders, actually averaging 2.7 blocks per game. But like I said, these are numbers that are trending up. Over the last 2 weeks, he's averaging 3 blocks per game. Over the last month, 3.5 blocks per game. The last 2 months, 3.3 blocks per game. This is a man who's been one of the best rim protectors in the NBA this season. And that's why I'm betting the over on his 2.5 block prop. I know that 2.5 blocks seems like a lofty number. It seems like 3 blocks is a difficult number to get to. But Claxton's done it in 13 of his last 15 games. And this has just been a guy who, ever since the Nets have been missing Kevin Durant, they've been opt to play more big lineups as to playing some of the smaller lineups. And Claxton's been huge for this team. And the block numbers are there to back it up. So 2.5 just seems a little bit too low based on the results we've seen out of Claxton since the injury to Kevin Durant. I think it's worth continuing to ride him. So Nick Claxton over 2.5 blocks, I think that's good value. And my final bet of the day is Deni Avdija for over 5.5 rebounds. Now, there is a little bit of risk here because Kristaps Porzingis is returning to the Washington Wizards after missing the last few games. But we just saw the Wizards trade away Rui Hachimura to the Lakers, really for not that much of a return. They got 3 second-round picks, and the reason, according to the team, they made the move is because they just wanted to make sure that they were clearing as much playing time for Deni Avdija as possible. So with that in mind, even though we've got Porzingis back in the mix for the Wizards today, I think the Rui Hachimura trade and just the overall rhetoric surrounding it coming from the Washington Wizards makes me think Avdija's minutes are here to stay. In the last 3 games since Hachimura got traded, the rebound numbers for Deni Avdija: 10 boards against the Mavericks, 10 boards against the Rockets, and in the last game, 9 rebounds against the New Orleans Pelicans. So we are seeing him far out exceed the 5.5 rebound prop we have today. And this actually is the #1 prop of the day in our model we have over at stokastic.com. BetPro, we have him projected for 7.2 rebounds, 61% win rate, our highest EV bet of the day. So I'm going to back some of the data here and also just some of the language and some of the stuff we've heard out of Washington about how much this team is committed to playing Deni going forward. And I'm going to be backing him for over 5.5 rebounds. So recapping my bets for today, we've got 3 of them. Hopefully go on a little run here. You guys remember what was it, like a month ago? We went on a stretch where we had like 4 consecutive undefeated days. Well, we went 3-0 on Friday. Maybe it's a sign of more things to come. For today, I've got Paolo Banchero under 3.5 assists, Nick Claxton over 2.5 blocks. Finally, Deni Avdija over 5.5 rebounds. Let me know below in the comment section what you guys think about these bets, or if there's any other bets you guys have today you just want to ask me about or bring up. Let me know all that below in the comment section. Also, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and if you guys want access to our new NBA prop betting tool, 1 week free access clicking on the link below. But that's going to do it for me today, guys. See you back here tomorrow.